Now, one more thing to mention at the end of the video, I'll show you a very efficient way to actually save your prompts for future use, and this is free as well, so make sure to stick around for that. So if you've been using Midjourney for a while, you will probably agree that the interface that they use with Discord is not really the most user-friendly, and it can also waste a lot of time. However, I found a free Chrome extension that will make your Midjourney life a lot easier, and I found this thanks to a fellow YouTuber called Christian Haidon, who actually developed this tool and made it available for free. I will leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description down below, and let's jump into the video. Step number one is installing the Chrome extension, and I will leave a link to this in the description down below. All you have to do is add it to your browser, and then we can move on to Midjourney. So here we are inside of Discord or Midjourney, and one thing to note is that you actually need to use the browser version of Discord here, because this is a browser extension. So if you've got the application open that you download and install, this bar won't show up to help you out. This is what's being added. It looks a bit overwhelming at first with all of these different buttons, but it isn't that bad. You get used to it quite quickly. And the main important part of this bar is the top row of buttons. The bottom row is not too important, and you probably won't use them very much. Now, another quick tip, you can actually hide this extra bar with this button down here. If you find it too intrusive, or if you just don't need it for a while, you can turn it off if you want. This shows up under every single prompt. So whether it's a grid, whether it is a singular image like this one right here, you've always got this bar underneath. Now, one more thing to mention at the end of the video, I'll show you a very efficient way to actually save your prompts for future use, and this is free as well, so make sure to stick around for that. It's a strategy or technique to save time, which I will use a lot in future. But let's get into these shortcut buttons right here. In order to understand these, we need to have a look at the prompt in question first. So the prompt has got an image reference at the start, then it's got some information to sort of decide the style of the actual image, so haunted house, t-shirt design, etc., white background, and then at the end we've got some parameters, meaning -- no mockup, and the aspect ratio 4:5. So what we can do with these shortcuts is the first one copies the entire prompt, so everything including the image reference and the parameters. If we click this, it's copied to a clipboard, and we can hit Ctrl+V to paste it back in at the bottom. So you could just put /imagine, paste it back in, and make some easy adjustments if you so wish. Now, what that's going to save us doing is actually going in here manually. I find it quite fiddly to always select the prompt properly, and I often miss one of the letters and then mess it all up. So it is going to save you a few seconds every single time you want to copy a prompt, which will definitely add up over time. Now, this next button, I don't really know what you would use it for, so I'll skip that, but it says it at the bottom what it actually does. It appends the entire prompt to what you copied before. So if you ever need to use that, there we go. And the next one copies just the image prompt. So just the link at the start, the image reference. So if we click this, here we go. We've got the link singled out. Moving on from that, this one right here copies the text prompt. So that would mean anything from haunted house until white background is what we're going to copy with this button right here. So if we click this, as you can see, it's copied exactly that, the main part of a prompt with the text in it. This one right here copies just the parameters. So just the -- no mockup, and the aspect ratio at the end will be copied with this button right here, and you can paste it in quickly with Ctrl+V again. Then we've got an option to copy this seed, but this only works if this seed is actually showing at the end of the prompt. In this case, it's not, so that button won't work, but it is handy to know if you do work with seeds a lot. And then we've got the ability to also copy the job ID, which, in case you didn't know, lets you copy essentially this entire result, and then you can quickly paste that into another server or another chat that you might have by just typing in /show, hitting enter, and then pasting the job ID into here. Then if you hit enter, then this entire field is essentially going to be repeated. Doesn't make much sense if it's in the exact same chat window like I'm doing it right here, but it can be useful to transfer your prompt over somewhere else. Next up, we're moving on to the image functionality. So here we can copy the image link, in this case to a grid. So usually we'd have to open this up, then right click and copy image address. You can do that very quickly with this button right here. There we go. We can then use it as a reference or whatever you want. You can also pre-append something that you've copied before to the image link. So if you've already got a prompt copied and you want to use an image as a reference, you could do it that way. And you can open the image up in a new tab with one click. You don't have to do the, click into this, then hit open in browser. You can just click this right here and it opens up instantly, which once again doesn't seem like much, but it will save you a few clicks, a few seconds every single time if you want to open up an image. So that's definitely really handy. And lastly, we've got the ability to download our image at the click of a button with this at the end. So once again, we get the high resolution thingy very quickly rather than having to open it up multiple times and then download it. So definitely really handy, a quick way to shortcut different things that you would usually have to do manually, right? And sort of fiddle around with. In terms of these things at the bottom, first of all, this right here, this section is called Midjourney Stats. And what it means is it's essentially showing you the average wait time for relaxed mode. So if you've run out of fast hours, or if you do run out of your fast hours very quickly, then you might wonder when is the best time to actually use relaxed mode, because there is certain times of the day when Midjourney is way busier than others. So when it's nighttime in the US or in Europe, there will be less activity and you will have a faster result with slow mode. So that is what this here helps you with. It shows you some different models and the average wait time at the current moment. And you can also open Midjourney Stats right here with this button, where you get a more in-depth view. You can change the time zone as well if you wanted to, and then it shows you different models. It shows you the fast time, so this is usually around 1 second. And if you use relaxed mode, you can see right here what time of the day has what sort of wait time. So in this case, for me, 5:30 seems to be the fastest. Apparently that's around a minute. So if I wanted to use relaxed mode, I'd probably do it around these times of the day and not at sort of 7:30 in the evening. So definitely a cool feature. You can do it for, Niji models, for older models as well. It shows you all of these average times right here, which is really, really cool. Neat little feature for anyone who wants to save their fast hours or stop wasting them. Sometimes you can use the relaxed mode and get a result quite quickly. And here we go, as promised, this is the free way to save your prompts for easy access during future projects. It is the PromptAlot website by the same creator. I will leave a link to it down below. All you have to do is create an account right here, which is totally free. And then you can click on your name and go to My Prompts. Your list will be empty to begin with. Mine is already filled out with various different prompts and the reference images on the left-hand side. You can easily copy the prompts and paste them into Discord. You can also edit them or delete them if you want, and you can search through them if you want to filter for different categories. If you want to add your own ones, all you have to do is click Add Prompt at the top. And then this page right here will open up. We'll have to enter something into these fields. So first of all, we'll start off with the prompt. So go back to Discord, where we can use this shortcut button to copy the entire prompt and paste that into here. Then I'll go ahead and copy the image link with this button and paste it into this field at the bottom. This is going to be a reference image inside of PromptAlot's website. You can change the version over here if you want to. In my case, it's 5.2, and you can enter some tags as well. So I'd probably put Halloween. We could put haunted house because that's sort of the main subject. I misspelled that completely. Haunted house. And what else could we put? Perhaps t-shirt design, if I ever wanted to filter out just my t-shirt design prompts. So you can also decide whether you want this to be private or you can have it shown in the PromptAlot website. I'm going to make this private and then hit save down here. And then, as you can see, it's now been added to my list, which is definitely really, really cool and will make it easier to reuse this and amend it for future use in my other projects. If you're a big fan of saving time, make sure to check out this video next, where I show you a really simple way to bulk vectorize your AI artwork.